What up, y'all? The Jeff Wilson here. We're busting back out the Laser Master 3 today to show you all the versatility and how to make a multi-layer piece of wall art using some 1/4 inch plywood. So starting off, I just have some scrap pieces of plywood laying around from another project I've done. And we're going to load this all into the light burn, and I'm actually going to be doing a little project for my wife. Now, as you can tell, everything I have here is actually a little bigger than our board, so I will be cutting up. Gotta ungroup it first. We'll be doing this in 2 different layers, or 2 different sections, should I say. It's a total of 6 layers. But let's get this on the laser cutter and see how well it does. Now this first portion is going to take approximately 7 minutes. As you see, we now have everything cut out. Yeah, I now have the fun part of going through and removing all these small little cutouts. It's going to be a little time consuming just because you have to be real careful. I don't want to break this and have to recut any of these. Now, with this plywood I used, I did end up having to go back and cut some of these outlines twice on that second run, just because the amount of glue that they use on this cheaper plywood can sometimes be a little finicky on cutting. So that's something to take in mind whenever you are doing something like this. But let me get all these little small things taken out and we'll be right back. All right, we now have all of our pieces all cleaned up, all the little small stuff out of the holes. Next part of this job is to paint these. I'm just going to go over all of these with the black aerosol spray paint. Now, if I wanted to, I could go through and do each one of these a different color stain or something like that, just to give it some more depth. But the way I'm wanting this, I'm just going to do simple black spray paint. Make sure you shake up the can. And lightly spray everything. Also, if you can, do this outside our well-ventilated area. It's actually raining outside today. Otherwise, I would be outside with this. Also, don't forget the sides. Now we're going to let this sit here and dry, and we'll be right back. All right, we now have all of our pieces painted and laid out in the order I have to stack these. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to come to the back side of this and just take some Top Bond and a rag, and I'm just going to lightly put a little bit of glue in several places and smooth it out, making sure I don't get off in the holes so I don't have nothing showing through. Like I said, with this rag, I'll just sit here and smooth out the paint or glue where I want it. And after we get all this glue on, I'm going to clamp everything down to make sure it's all good and secure exactly where it needs to be. Now, when you're putting this on here, you do got to be careful and make sure you have everything lined up exact, because there is no room for wiggle on this. There's our first layer. Let's do all the others. Now with this all set and glued together, I'm going to sit here and let this dry for a few hours and come back to check it out. Before we do this reveal, I need you to hit that like button, and while you're at it, subscribe to this channel. It definitely helps me out. But now, let's get to this. That is 6 layers of detail. See how thick that is? Everything that is going on in there. I do see I got one little spot in there I got to touch up. But that overall is a cool looking design. I think my wife will like it. She's a big dachshund person, so. And those who want it, if you want this file for your laser, just email me at JeffDoesWhatMedia@gmail.com and I'll send it right over to you. Till next time, y'all take it easy.